Yo, 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 what is up? Happy Friday. I hope anyone and everyone who's listening is having a great day. I just want to jump on and share a quick little hack strategy to achieve your goals in terms of business growth. And so this is something that, I mean, most anybody in business wants to grow in some capacity. And so I wanted to just provide a very framework that I've used that's really helped me, that's really helped our clients, and that has been proven time and time again, generating many amazing stories and inspiring results, which I talk about inside of our Facebook community. And I've been talking about the last few weeks. We have some more content coming about more of those results and some of the strategies to implement. But just want to jump on and talk you through this and give you a live example about, one, how do you actually achieve your goals? How do you go from, let's say, a $500K per year business to a $1 million per year business? Or how do you go from, six-figure quarters to 250K quarters? So I want to provide that. And then I also want to, once we have the framework laid out, how do you actually guarantee your execution and implementation and achievement of these goals? All right. So I just want to share a little bit about that. So let's dive in. All right. So first of all, and what I'm going to take you through is a framework and system that I call Thrive OS. And this is something I learned from my mentors, business partners, amazing people that I've kind of taken and made of my own. And so when it comes to success, it's really important that you have clarity on what that means. And so let's talk about this specifically in terms of business success. And specifically, what does the next 90 days look like? And what does a 90-day goal look like that you're excited about? So that's what we want to do here. We want to define that as success for this quarter, okay? Then once we define that vision, we want to reverse engineer that outcome. And what that means is we define the outcome that we are seeking inside of our business, and then we break down the plan of action and the activities that are required on a quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily basis to achieve that goal. And then lastly, we execute. And I'm going to finish with how to achieve your goal 95% of the time. And this is proven scientific data, which I'm going to share with you in just a sec. So first of all, let's define success, okay? So this is the business model that we call the new agency, which is essentially a inbound and outbound marketing department of the business, inbound and outbound sales, and services and retention. So those are really the three pillars of this new agency model, okay? And so when we're talking about success, we have to define that KPI of success. So let's say that the next 90 days, I want to add 10 new clients. And I'm going to break down how to do this. But when it comes to defining success, it's important that you have a model that you're following, right? So this is a business model where you set it up and you're generating leads on Facebook and LinkedIn. Some of those leads are going to convert into opportunities and leads. Some of those leads are going to be qualified leads and are going to book appointments with you. And then some of those qualified appointments are going to turn into new clients, okay? So this is the business model that I'm going to use as an example for this exercise. And it's really simple, right? It's just a two-step sales process and some marketing. All right? So let's define success, okay? So here I have a little spreadsheet. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right. Let me tell that dog to shut up, right? All right. Thank you, dog, for shutting up. All right. So let's define our 90-day KPIs right here. Okay. So we have revenue, we have profit, we have client value, and new clients. Okay. So let's say the next 90 days, I want to add 250K in new business. Okay. And on that 250K, which is really, I mean, I prefer to start with profit, right? So let's say I want to add 150K. Let's say my profit margins are that. Okay. And each client is worth 50K. Okay. So I have set up this formula to auto calculate based on this model how many new clients, appointments, and leads I need to get on a quarter. This is the reverse engineering part, right? So after we define what are the probabilities of success, right? So let me just change this a little bit just so I can make the numbers a little cleaner. Let's say it's 5K. Or let me just increase these numbers a little bit. So let's say I want to bank 200K and the average client value is $10,000. All right, so that's a little high. I want to do a really achievable example. So let's do 25. All right, perfect. So 8 new clients in the next 90 days. That might seem a little overwhelming, but let's reverse engineer it, okay? So 8 new clients. Let's look at the number here. So this is the goal, right? 8 new clients, but before that, we need to have appointments. And before that, they need to be qualified leads, right? So we need to account for that in our numbers. So I am assuming that of qualified appointments, 20% of those appointments will become clients. That's how we get 20%, which is very conservative, and I like to use it as a baseline. Next is how many leads are going to convert into qualified appointments. And for that, I'm going to say, let's say 10%. All right. And so what that means is, let me delete that because it's up here. This is what we're looking at. All right. So if our goal is 8 new clients in the next 90 days, that is 3 new clients a month, 1 new client a week. All right. And in order to achieve those numbers conservatively, we're looking at 40 appointments in the next 90 days, 13 appointments per month, and 3 appointments per week. Okay? Now, anybody that's listening to this with a few case studies, a few clients, and results, you can absolutely book 3 appointments in a week. Absolutely. Without spending any money on ads. Right? And if you don't know how, then jump into the Facebook group because we talk about this all the time. And go through some of our previous trainings and videos because it's really important to have that ability, right? And so if we need this many appointments, then we need 400 leads, 133 leads per month, 33 leads per week, 5 leads per day. So this really simplifies your goals into daily milestones. All right. So if you know that 5 leads a day will turn into 300K revenue, 200K profit in the next 90 days, that's exciting, right? So you want to be looking at this and understanding that every day I got to hit 5, or I got to find 5 new leads. All right. I mean, that could probably take 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. But what this data gives you is it gives you targets to reach. So once we have these numbers, then what we want to do is convert these goals into daily, weekly, monthly, actionable steps, right? So let's say, again, how can I book or how can I add 5 new leads per day? Well, post on LinkedIn, right? Post on Facebook, send a cold email, send warm email, ask for referrals, right? And then we want to also be thinking about appointments, right? So create a list of activities that you can do each day to generate these results, right? So one is leads, next is appointments, which are really more important than leads because, you know, these are just projections, but the reality is if you only need 8 new clients, that could come from 8 calls. I mean, it's unlikely, but it could come from 10 calls, right? Like these are just conservative numbers to help you over-engineer. All right, so I just want to share this, and basically what you do when this happens is you turn these into daily activities that become a scorecard, okay? And that scorecard is what you or your team show up every day and do, all right? So we just went through success, which is plugging in your numbers. We went through reverse engineering, which is setting your benchmarks and then reverse engineering those numbers. And then we went through how to convert that data into daily activities. And lastly, we're going to go through execution. And so what is the secret to achieve your goals 95% of the time? Because what we just went through is a goal, a strategy, and now is execution. So the first two, that's what everybody can do. What execution is what separates, you know, mediocrity from legacy, what separates people you never hear about from the people you remember, right? It's all about execution. And so what we have found, and this is part of our upcoming ThriveOS application, is that radical accountability is how you guarantee execution. All right. And so this is an article on Medium about a research study that was done about accountability. And what they found was that if you have an accountability partner, you increase your chances of completing your goal by 65%. And if you have an accountability appointment with an accountability partner, so, you know, like a one-on-one daily checkpoint and check-in, you increase your chances of success by 95%, by up to 95%. All right. So that is the secret. Okay. The secret is to find an accountability partner and have regular check-ins with them. And so that might be difficult. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs, they like to do things by themselves and they end up a little bit lonely. I get it. It happens. And so that's why, you know, we have our Facebook community and we really emphasize connecting people. So accountability, this is a huge part of ThriveOS, and that is the application that we're going to be releasing at the end of the month. And so if you want to learn about how you can, instead of doing all this manually, you can do this through a software and through an application that we have developed specifically to help you achieve your 90-day goals through daily accountability, then stick around, jump into the Facebook community, and stay tuned for some upcoming exciting material and content. And so I hope this was valuable, and I hope that this simplified maybe some of the goals that are, you know, swishing around in your mind. Because again, look, if you want to add 300K in revenue over the next 90 days, all it takes is 5 new leads a day. All it takes is 3 appointments a week, right? Like these are very, very achievable numbers. And so that's of 1, defining success, 2, reverse engineering success, 3, execution, which is the backbone of ThriveOS, which is powered by radical accountability. And so I just wanted to share this framework with you. I hope it was helpful, and I will catch you in another video soon in training. So thanks for tuning in. Peace.